I'm often told that it's childish to want to change the world. And with the faith of Eleima, that is exactly what I want to do. I want to change the world. Now I realize that changing the world is not an easy thing to achieve. I'm often told you can't change society, let alone all societies the world over. People say you can't change the way millions of people think. And I'm also told it's pointless to want to resist technology because you can't stop progress either. And that's what I hear about most things, that they cannot be changed or resisted, and either way resistance is futile. To think otherwise is childish, or so some people will have you believe. However, I posit that we can change society, and that in fact we should. Because these days it's plain to see that society has spun way out of control. Human industries are destroying the planet we all depend upon. There's a pandemic raging. So why would it be childish to want to change the world? The world is in desperate need of change. And besides, it's not so much the world that needs to change. What merely needs to change is thinking of humans as some kind of extraordinary non-animal. And while we're at it, I say, let's get at the root of the problem and let's change the way of thinking about property and money as though they're more real than our interaction with the world of gods and nature. And then when you think about it, aren't we all constantly trying to change our world around us anyway? We try to change our world by buying new clothes so that we will become more attractive. We read books and we watch films so that we may learn, and we expect this knowledge to change us into better human beings. Traveling the world like we used to do, or learn new skills, train our bodies. Even when we don't explicitly announce we're trying to change the world, all of us are constantly trying to modify ourselves. And through modifying ourselves, we are trying to change our surroundings and thus our world. We want the world we live in to change. And anyway, the world is always changing, like it or not. So why would it be childish to notice that the transformation we see around us is the wrong kind of change, and instead we ought to strive for another kind of change? It's clear that there's nothing childish about wanting to change this world. It's just that we're discouraged from seeing the bigger picture. We are led to believe that we are helpless in the bigger scheme of things, even though as consumers and workers we are exploited on a daily basis. What we're actually told is that as people, as individuals, we don't matter. But it's simply not true. We matter. Each of us matters. Everything we do matters. The world is changing all around us, and this is because society is changing. We ourselves are changing. And instead of feeling helpless, we should embrace change, just not the kind of change that's presented to us, the kind of change that's evil and that furthers violence. We should strive for meaningful change. We should strive to change in a way that is pleasing to both body and mind. What we need to do is to take an honest look at the way we are treating our fellow living beings, both human and non-human. We need to rethink what the good life consists of. The pursuit of freedom is evil when it comes at the cost of others. Also, there ought to be a limitation to the acquisition of wealth. One person's wealth may not come at the cost of another person's poverty. We may not harm others, and no one should try to profit of that. The profiteers are as much in the wrong as the ones who wish to profit off the profiteers. Currently we see that the land around us is being destroyed. as are the seas that have brought us life. Human beings act in a way that are conflicting with our own well-being, so we need to become less greedy. The way out of our predicament is simple. It is to treat all that lives and all that is as equal. We need to see that it all comes from a universe that has an interest in our being there. It's easy to see that. We are living in codependence with the other living beings, with nature. And that is our reality, visible and invisible. It all sustains life, our lives. So we need to treat our surroundings well and realize that it's all a giant consciousness and we are a part of that consciousness. It's not childish to want to change society. It's not childish to resist this so-called progress. We are often told the things that aren't true, but we need to achieve meaningful change in our lives. We need to change society in a meaningful way. That is what we need. We need to say we have been living in this world of money and things for way too long. And now it is time to live in harmony with each other, with nature, with society. It's not childish to want to live a life that is filled with joy rather than live in fear. We need to change society, needs to change, the world needs to change. Change is now.